Welcome to the Embassy of the Kingdom of Morocco in South Africa. Your Excellencies, dear friends and colleagues, the Kingdom of Morocco is celebrating today the 22nd anniversary of the accession to the throne of His Majesty King Mohammed VI. For a second year now, and as per government regulations, we are celebrating our National Day in a virtual manner. But regardless of the way we are celebrating it, the very spirit of this exceptional day for Morocco and its people remains unchanged in the hearts and minds of our nation. As the world is facing most probably one of its biggest challenges, Morocco has shown nothing but resilience, faith, and solidarity. In other words, Morocco's future has never and will never be shaped by circumstances. It took a lot of sacrifices, commitment, and empathy to be able to manage this global health crisis and at the same time make the right choices. Where some suggest COVID as a breaking force, Morocco prefers to see it as an opportunity to create new milestones that will accelerate change for the better. Historical and important steps were taken this year by Morocco. The generalization of social protection to all Moroccans has finally become a reality and will undoubtedly enhance the lives of millions of Moroccans. The announcement of a timely and historic public-private partnership has set Morocco on the path of becoming a vaccine-producing country. This is part of a global investment of nearly $500 million, and the kingdom production capacity is estimated to be more than 5 million vaccines per month in the near future, with even more promising growth prospects in the long term. Morocco makes its development a constant priority. In recent years, the kingdom has witnessed unprecedented progress. The results of this dynamic speak for themselves. Thanks to a wide and ambitious investment program, mega projects have emerged, such as road and port infrastructures, strengthening electrical and internal links, university and hospital facilities, or industrial valorization units. Morocco is today setting itself up as a real regional development pole and is fully participating in the strengthening of strategic links between Europe and Africa. All of this has been made possible today because the kingdom is always planning ahead. Long before the COVID pandemic, Morocco has, under the leadership of His Majesty the King, initiated a comprehensive reflection about a new development model, a model developed over the past years and finalized last month as a roadmap for a more inclusive, more sustainable, and more prosperous Morocco. In the upcoming months, Morocco will hold its general election. As for every democratic nation, this constitutes a very important moment for the country. Citizens are called upon to express their democratic will and, by doing so, bring their own contribution to the building up of Morocco's future. The rule of law, transparency, justice, and equity are driving forces to which Morocco is committed strongly. It is the same motion, the same ambition that underscores our foreign policy. The Kingdom believes that only an Africa that trusts itself can meet the expectation of its people, especially women and the youth. Morocco has never ceased to promote a united and prosperous Africa that evolves in peace and security. Morocco will continue to place this ambition at the heart of its priorities. Africa needs clarity, needs coherence, and needs commitment. We will only move forward as a continent if we turn the pages of past shortcomings and outdated ideologies. Most importantly, we will only move forward if we fully grasp, honor, and understand the real meaning of unity. As leaders in their respective regions, Morocco and South Africa have great responsibilities in shaping Africa's future. The alignment of visions and commitments of our nations is no longer just a desirable prospect, but rather an imperative requirement. This has been the primary focus of the exciting and yet challenging mission that I have led in Pretoria over the last 2 years as ambassador of His Majesty the King in South Africa. My commitment is to see the historical solidarity between Morocco and South Africa as one praised by late President Mandela, fully reflected in the future of bilateral relations of understanding, respect, and a partnership that honors both our common past as well as the interdependence of our African destinies.
More than a year and a half has passed since COVID-19 started its spread across the world, and the countries of a global order reshaped by pandemic are starting to emerge. And in an emerging country like Morocco, relentless measures and initiations has been done and still facing COVID-19. Giving the world an exemplary demonstration of an effective crisis management model from Africa, led by His Majesty the King Mohammed VI. Such achievements could never be reached without the proactive vision of His Majesty, who placed Morocco in an early position in the global vaccine race. A race that took several stages to win a ticket. On August 20 of 2020, 2 cooperation agreements were signed with the giant of pharmaceutical industries, the Chinese laboratory Sinopharm. Following the agreements, His Majesty held a telephone conversation with His Excellency Xi Jinping, President of People's Republic of China. A conversation focused on the development of bilateral relations in all fields. From that day on, an incredible volunteering experience started. Around 600 Moroccan volunteers, including healthcare personnel, participated in clinical trials in 3 hospital centers in major cities. Driven by their sense of citizenship, responsibility, and most importantly, their love and trust for their country and their king. Paving the road ahead toward a new phase, on March 17 of 2020, His Majesty King Mohammed VI presided over a working session to track the work and management of the spread of COVID-19. And while many countries have been struggling to adopt strategies and providing solutions to the epidemiological situation, Morocco has already received its vaccine doses in early dates. And with a sufficient number of doses and under his supervision, His Majesty launched a national vaccination campaign, where the king himself received the first doses of COVID-19 vaccine. While leading his country towards salvation from the epidemic, His Majesty the King gave his supreme instructions to vaccinate citizens aged 17 and over, and also foreigners residing in Morocco, free of charge. And while the world looked at the vaccine as the only glimmer of hope to escape the health crisis, vaccine doses have reached successively to all health centers in the kingdom. An exceptional campaign, based on accurate strategy, that's provided 2,880 primary healthcare institutions through 2 patterns. A persistent pattern, where the target group moved to the vaccination centers. A mobile one, where the pollination teams move to the targeted population wherever they are. Up to date, the number of mobile points has reached 7,000 vaccination points. All that came as a result of his insightful vision and instructions that turned the crisis into an opportunity. An opportunity that arose from a strategic partnership with China and make Morocco a member in the vaccine club. And within months, the kingdom will become a continental platform for the production and the manufacturing of the vaccine. On July 5, 2021, His Majesty King Mohammed VI chaired the ceremony of launching and signing agreements related to the project's fill-finished manufacturing in Morocco of the anti-COVID-19 vaccine and other vaccines. A project that intends to start in short term with a production capacity of 5 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine per month, before gradually increasing this capacity in the medium term, with an overall investment of about $5,000 million. A royal will aimed to promote kingdom self-sufficiency and to make Morocco a leading biotechnological platform on the African continent and in the world in the field of the fill and finished industry. COVID-19 crisis has put the world into an exceptional situation and calls for an exceptional measurements. Yet, Morocco, with the exceptional leadership of His Majesty the King, make the exception in the African continent. It's sufficient to check the international and regional and national indicators to see that the economy is on the right track for recovery, a relief that mirrors a wise leadership and insightful decisions that has made Morocco a leader in many areas. As for today, Morocco continues to give those with a good judgment, a demonstration of a good leadership of a king who is not only admired by his citizens, but also praised by the whole world.
Trois, deux, un, top. Allumage P80. Décollage.
They are off. The Mohammed VI satellite is on its way. It's started its journey.